Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Coffee Time with Coach Ja. It is going down today. I got a wonderful guest for y'all today. My man's is about to come in here and learn you some things. My voice is not here. We had a great show yesterday at the drive-in. If you missed the drive-in yesterday, oh my goodness, the drive-in was so super dope. Let me holler at my folks on the live first who was in the building. Shout out to Tiffany, Juicy, Jim is in the building. Miss Summers in the building. Babyface in the building. True One Goddess in the building. And Lisa, welcome to the morning show. Coffee time with Job. Beverly, good morning to you. How is everything going today? Listen, today I need y'all to wake me up. My voice is still, I think my voice is still under the covers. I don't know what's happening here, but we working on it slowly but surely. Um, I'm just looking at my list as far as the my guest list for the remainder of the week. I got so many guests coming up that it's. I think my list is actually full. I think I'm 2 weeks in at this point right now. So if you are wanting to be on and planning to be on, or hoping and wishing that you can be on, please feel free to send me some info and I'll get you on. But I want you to know that my list is definitely already on the rise, and it's like a new song. It just keep rising to the top. Um, but that's a good thing, right? To have your thing. I've watched some of UC's. Oh yes, listen. The drive. Listen, if you missed the drive through yesterday, if you missed the drive in yesterday, like you missed. I started out. I think that's why my voice is like, "Yo, you need to rest today, son." I started out on 100, and we had so many new people in the building, and they in their cars, if you would, that showed up, and it was such an amazing moment. I was really excited about it, and I don't know. I don't even know how I'm responding at this moment. It was just super dope. I laughed so much. Lisa in the building. Good morning to you. Illusion all in the building. What's good? I laughed so much yesterday that I don't know. My voice just stayed at the Charlotte Arts League. I'm telling you, I got coffee ready. I'm drinking. I'm keeping all of this here vocal cords well lubricated, if you would. That's what she said. Anyway, I know Juicy. Listen, Juicy. I was on something else yesterday. I will admit, yesterday I was definitely in another place yesterday. I don't know what happened with me yesterday, but it was definitely what it was yesterday. And whatever that must have been, that's what it was. I was just excited, and yesterday was just amazing. We had some always have some dope poets came out. Kendra came up, Shasha came up. I like to shout out the people who shut up, Jim. I'm not gonna repeat what Jim just posted over there. Shasha came in. I always shout out the people who come, and she came on her friend celebrate her birthday. Dr. Deborah is in the building. Good morning to you. The people who travel hours to come. Emmanuel Cole in the building. What's up, my brother? People who travel hours to come and hang out with us and share their work with us, man, we love to show them so much love because of that. And not that I don't love my people who are locally, right? Respect to my slam is always there, two team in the building all day long. Ain't right tribe. It is what it is. But man, oh man, I'm telling you, yesterday was such an amazing day for me. It was just really, really super, super duper, super, super dope, super dope, super dope, super dope. Um, and it makes me help me look forward to the next days and what's happening next, what's coming up next. I got this week. I'm going to have um, so every year we go to Southern Fried Poetry Festival. Every year we didn't go this year because of COVID, and I wish COVID take his whole ass and go on because I'm sick of COVID. COVID is like pissing me off. COVID been pissed me off. I'm like at my worst. I'm at my end with freaking COVID, but so we didn't get to go to Tampa this year, which I was really disappointed about. I was so looking forward to going to Tampa. But but I have Southern Fried Poetry Festival we go to every year. And this year we're going to have this week I'm going to have several people from the Southern Fried Poetry Festival here as guests to talk about it. I'm not going to tell y'all who, I'm not going to tell y'all what day. You just better show up and tell your friends, you know what I'm saying? Share it with people. Let them know where we at. Let them know come through. Check out the morning vibes and see what it is. Sneaking in real quick to say hi. Listen, Brooklyn in the house. I appreciate everybody who comes in and pops in for a minute and just to share love. Like that's a beautiful thing. Even if you just come here for a moment, I appreciate you. I want you to know that it's never, never, never going to go by unnoticed and unmentioned, because the love, you know what I'm saying, is so super dope for me. So I really, really, really appreciate anybody who pops in. Like I said, even if it's just for a minute and you got to go to work, it's all good. Just popping in and saying what's up and saying hi is good. Lisa Santiago McNeil, what's up? What's up? Yeah, in the building. So was just going over last night's event. It was, oh my gosh, my voice is still like, I've been up and I've been singing, and I don't know why my voice is still sounding like I just got out of bed. But I washed my face and I brushed my teeth, just so y'all know. I didn't just roll out of bed. Just so y'all know, I got to get back to work. Smooches, people. Good night. See you. Good morning. I mean, I'm talking about good night. See, my days is all mixed up. But yesterday, oh my gosh, I started off. The front row was full before we even got started yesterday, and a lot of the faces were, Juicy was there, so she was the familiar face in the audience. And the beautiful thing I like about the events that I do, everybody's welcome, and there's always a sea of faces, right? And when I say a sea of faces, I said it because in the sea there's all kind of fish and like, sea world people live, animals and stuff that live in the sea, and it's all different shades and colors and shapes and sizes and forms. And that's what I like about my events, because it's all different shades of faces and smiles, and everybody's together. And that's like the most beautiful thing you can ask for an event, to have amazing people come in that you've not met before and get to share a really good time. And when they do that and they start laughing and all, it's funny when you're trying to use, like, I be trying to introduce white people to black people, stuff that they may not know, and I can't do it vice versa because I don't know. But it's the funniest thing to see people laugh, and then they be like, oh my gosh, he just singled me out. That is hilarious. It's probably messed up from when you hit that, when I hit that KC. Ooh yeah, you're right, I did hit a KC. Ooh yeah, that took me, and it probably took my voice out. You're right, Juicy. It was a great mix yesterday. I watched y'all through Juicy's live yesterday. Yeah. So if you're here for the first time, also stream through my IG live as well. I can't wait till IG and so I can't wait till they get IG on, so we can actually stream from IG as well when we're doing this, and I won't have to have two dual cameras, if you would. I'm waiting on your guest, our guest. I shouldn't say your guest, but he's here for you. I'm waiting for him to show up, and hopefully he'll be here soon. But yeah, so I've done poetry events here for 7 years, and there's never an event that repeats itself. Like, even if it's the same exact, people coming out, and even if they're doing the same exact poems, the event is never the same. The crowd is not the same. The vibe is always different. And I think a lot of people who experience it, they become something different, and they look at spoken word poetry as a different thing. I told Shasha to hug everyone for me. Oh, that's what's up, Illusions. See, that's special. And when you come to those events, it's for a lot of us, it's like going to a sanctuary. It's a lot of us. It feels like we're actually going to someone's house of worship. And obviously, we say some things that aren't, religious, right? But it's the whole idea of what I feel inside and being able to express that and bring that out, and it relates to other people. And it's like, wow, I felt like that all my life, but never had the words to say it, or never had the opportunity to say it. And that's how we end up creating a whole lot of new poets, if you would. I won't say creating new poets, because you can't create a poet. You can't make someone a poet. Either they are or they're not. Someone's either a writer or they're not a writer. You can help them learn to write, but some people just have a natural thing with it. However, you can learn how to better your writing, if you would. If you, like, when I do workshops and stuff like that, I teach people to stretch their imagination. I like to take them on journeys, which I'm getting ready to start the next masterclass out. I'm going to post those dates out there. No, Jim says he's still sweaty from yesterday. It was, so yesterday I wore a button-up shirt, and I would have bought a short sleeve one if I known it was going to be so hot, but it didn't seem like it. But for some reason, it's like the sun likes to hit the stage where we're at, like directly, like it's right there. Like when I move up like this, you see the sun, it does that at the drive-thru. I don't know why, but it does. So I've heard that Oprah's filming in Charlotte. And I'm like, wow, what is she filming? Does anybody know what she's filming here? I need to get on. I need to talk to Oprah. I need somehow. I need to be on. She needs to put me on the platform. I got it covered. Yes, Juicy, sweat behind the knees. So I'm a slim guy, right? And I didn't know that slim people can sweat in places they're not supposed. Like I was sweating behind the ear, and I didn't understand. I'm gonna have to start putting deodorant right here. I think I'm gonna get some Tussie so I could just put it. You get Tussie and get under your nail. I'm just gonna put it right behind the ear, right here, to get all that sweat. Can you imagine what ear sweat smells like? Earwax doesn't smell good, so ear sweat must not. Anyway, we're not gonna go there. So I don't know where the guest is today. Maybe he's still sleeping. Um, but we'll wait on him and see what happens. But he should be here by now. What time is it? It's 10:10. Yeah. Um, if not, I'm gonna call me another guest up here if he's not gonna make it because I gotta have a guest. It's always only right to have a guest. And let's see who we got. He should be here in a minute though. I want to go to. I have this dream to perform in Vegas. Um, I think Vegas. So I watched Miles Davis, right? Not Miles Davis. I watched Quincy Jones documentary, and he was talking about how they used to perform in Vegas, and when they performed in Vegas, the black people had to stay in the black hotels across town, and they also had to uh, get their food out of the kitchen, and they couldn't even eat in the restaurants. They could only perform, and then they had to leave. And Frank Sinatra brought Quincy Jones on and was like, "Listen, this has got to stop." And all these people who were already there, Harry Belafonte, all those folks who were already there, they had to, go across town and stay in the black hotels. But when Frank Sinatra told them, no, this is going to stop. If you can't have them here, you can't have me here. And Frank Sinatra is a reason that black people will be able to perform, stay in the hotels, and eat in those restaurants. And that's like, wow, it's amazing. Give us a piece of one of your poems for the new book. For the new book, Beverly, which new book? I got 3 new books coming out, Beverly. I'll do a poem, but which book are you talking about? Because I got 3 books coming out. So I don't know which one you want to hear a poem from, but I'll give you a poem if you just tell me which book. But so because Frank Sinatra opened that door up for black folks to be able to go into Vegas and perform, and not only perform, but to actually stay in those hotels and also eat in those restaurants. And I was like, wow, I would have never known that. Oh, Blue Eyes. And I would have not known that had I not watched that documentary. It's called Quincy or Q. It's called Q, I think, on Netflix. Watch it. It's really inspirational. And there's times when I watch it just for the inspiration, and I go and check it out. I've watched it over and over. I should know it by heart by now. But it's really, I would have never known that. He also said that, Quincy Jones, he said that he never had a contract signed with Quincy Jones, with Frank Sinatra. The one from Becoming a New Father. Oh, Becoming a New Father. Okay, so I can't put all of those out there right now, but I'll find one for you, Beverly, because you asked. I'll find one for you. So Beverly asked me to do a poem from. I'll do this one. I'll do this poem from the new book that I'm writing for my daughter. And it's funny that you asked that because I just found the title. So I'm gonna say this first. I'm gonna read this poem, and then I'm gonna tell you why this poem was actually the first poem, and it's very short. It's the first poem that I actually wrote for baby Mina. It says, "And the first dance, when it seems like love is the only melody, and the frenzy of smiles and laughs hold back all of those tears of joy. Didn't they say it would be so? Didn't they say this time would be special? And to think that one day the world will salute you, princess. Salute you in one mention. It started with the first dance, and we saw you, and then we saw love." So that poem, when we went to get the sonogram. Um, oh my gosh, we went to get the sonogram, and she was like dancing. Like, I mean, the movement she was doing is like she was dancing. And this was the first sonogram, and I wrote that poem right then and there on the spot. It felt so good to see her dancing like that. We didn't know she was a girl at the time, but she was just dancing. And then, like, when we went back to the next sonogram we got, she had her legs crossed, she had her arm behind her head. And the funny thing about it is, both her mom and I, we both keep the same arm behind our heads when we're chilling. And it's crazy to think that the baby's doing that already. She had her legs crossed and folded. And when they were trying to take the picture, she kept putting her hand over her face. Like, when trying to get the sonogram, my hand would be on her face. Like, no, no, no. And it's funny because I do that all the time. Like, I'm like, you have to you have to be ready. I have to be ready, and I'm like, take the picture when I'm ready, and if I'm not ready, I'm not smiling. It's just I so from here's something that you'll learn about me today. I don't know if we're gonna have a guest today. I don't see him, and I don't know where he's at, but we'll see. I'm gonna send him a message, and maybe he's not gonna make it today. Um, So when I was gunned down, the bullet that hit me here left a lot of nerve damage. So um, sometimes I don't really feel this side of my face, right? And sometimes it's kind of not the best thing for me. It doesn't feel good. And what happens is um, I feel it, and I don't want to smile because I don't know that the smile is going to feel good to me, if you would. So I don't. It has to be a natural smile. If I try to smile, I feel like it's not going to be a good smile. So if you say smile, automatically I think about it and I can't smile because I'm feeling like the smile isn't going to be good. So dancing to the sound of love in your voice. Yes, Beverly, that's what I'm talking about. I think that, um, and one of my guests that was on, I don't know if it was Obi West when I had Obi West on, and he said he think that it should be a law that men have their first child be a baby girl, and it resonated with me because when you have a daughter, it actually changes a lot of things about you. You know, even though you might still go through struggles, but in life and changing ways. But yes, smiles are beautiful, Kendra. But it's really a struggle to know that you know you have a baby girl that you want to give all of the gems you want, and you want somebody to give her life. You know what I'm saying? And give her, and when I say life, I don't mean just the tangible things that are physical things, but like, life lessons. I think daughters just should always have their door open to, like from the beginning. Somebody should open their door. Somebody should, do a lot of things that they would want to happen for their mom. Like, and I think we miss that. I think a lot of times we don't um, share those things with our daughters from the beginning. But I think when a man has a daughter, it changes that dynamic, and eventually he figures out, like, wow, I need to be doing this with somebody else too. You know what I mean? So there's a few things that we learn from that, and after having a daughter, that teaches us a whole lot of other things. Um, it's a lot, and I think when we saw her dancing, this was the first sonogram we saw her dancing, we knew that she was going to be full of life, and that she was going to be a happy baby. And they say the baby usually takes on what the mother lives through, what the mother takes on, what she's going through. So her mother's always laughing. She's like one of the silliest people I've known playing. Not dumb or not crazy, but she's just silly. She's just always laughing. There's always a joke somewhere. It's always smiling. Anytime we in each other's face, that's what it is. We're laughing and joking. Like, so it's amazing to experience that. And then it's my job to make sure that she's always in that space as much as I can. It is a man's job to do that. So, fellas, if you own the thing, I don't care if you with whoever you have a baby with or not. It is your job to try your best to make that moment, especially when she's carrying that child on womb. It's your job to try your best to make her smile and be happy and at ease, because there's going to be times where she can't be, and she's going to need you even more so then. So if you get used to doing it regularly, it won't be an issue. A guy on my Facebook wrote, "What makes you a good woman?" I replied, "The wisdom, her mother, and her teachings of her father." Beverly, yes. I think what most people miss is that there's a balance, right? And it takes a man and a woman to make a child, right? Not a woman doesn't make a child on their own. A man doesn't make a child on his own. So they need a balance to create that child. And that means from the beginning of the conception until the baby's here, when the baby's older, when the baby's growing, the child still needs both parents to give them what they need to make it through this world. And I think we miss that. I think we get so wrapped up in, I can't stand this one, I don't like that one, I wish they go away. We get so caught up in that. Well, guess what? Once you have a child, it's too late. You can ignore the other half all you want. And I do understand some situations are not the best, but you cannot not be a part of each other's lives. And when you are that, it's damaging to the child. It is damaging to the child. This is why it is so easy for children to fall to the wayside and get caught up in so many things now, because you need both mother and father. There's no one greater than the other. You need both. And we need to stop being a society that think that it's okay. I don't need this. I don't need that. I can do bad all by myself. Yes, you can, but you cannot raise a kid with the balance of both parents by yourself. I'm not saying you can't raise a kid properly, but you cannot be the other parent. You cannot be the other parent. You can assume exactly what that other parent might do or say, but you don't know that to be actual factual. You might say something serious, and I may make it a joke to get my point across. You cannot do that from the other side. Only I can do that, because it's how I respond to whatever the situation is. And I think we're in a society that says that it's okay to not have both parents, and that is not factual. The Empowerment Duo, I don't know who's on the channel, but good morning to you too. It is not factual that one parent, and I'm not saying because my mom raised us alone, right? And then say she didn't do good things, but the thing is, I don't know what it's like to have a dad explain things to me, or have a dad say things to me that allows me to grow into manhood. I have to go into manhood with what my mom gave me. And not that that was a bad thing, but if I'm doing well with that part, imagine if I had my dad's part on top of it. You know what I mean? Like, no one parent should have to overdo it, but the other parent needs to make room for the other parent to be present. And however that can be, you know, like all situations are different, but it's just you know, it's one of those things you have to figure out how. Oh, Brian, what up, Brian? I didn't know who you were, bro. I'm like you, Brian. I'll be forgetting to switch names so people can know exactly who I am when I come on. So I think that's a big thing. Powerful introspectives, brother. Presence and sacrifice is crucial for the development of one of our greatest gifts, children. A bad mate doesn't mean a bad person would be a bad parent, right? And that's Kelly, and that's what we miss. Like, and y'all guest is in the building. I'm gonna bring him up in a minute. That is one of the great things that we miss. Like, we do the human thing. And like being a parent, yes, you're a human being, but you have to be outside of your human ideas, your human ideology. You can't think as an individual once you have a child, because you no longer are in this space by yourself. You and the other parent have to be in this space. And the moment you take that other parent out of the space, or you take yourself out of the equation, you actually destroy the whole situation. You make it a really bad, ugly thing. Yes, there are single parents who do amazing jobs, but that is not the plight of a parent. It should be both parents. You cannot live life saying, oh, I'm going to be a single parent and that's just the way it's going to be. That's not the perfect idea of parenting. Parents is two people. It's two parents. It's a man and a wife. It's a man and a woman. And you have to do that. Church, my man is in the building. I'm going to bring him on. Listen. We got couple of minutes on here, so I'm bringing my man on right now so we can make this pop off. Y'all, welcome the guest in the building, Church the Poet. What it is, bro?
What up, peoples, man? I apologize. I really thought it was 10:30. I saw it. My bad. How's everybody doing? Hope you're having a great Monday on a day where we could be in the ground, resting, we up, doing something, praising for being a part of this lifetime. You know what I'm saying?
So, bro, indeed. You know, I tell a lot of people all the time, man, timing is everything. And sometimes we think we on time or we think we late, and we on time when we there because that's the time we were supposed to be here. If you were supposed to be at 10 o'clock, bro, you would have been here at 10. Right. And it's all good. It's all love. It's all love. So this is how I want to set this off. I want to let you tell the people who you are, what you do, anything you want to share, and let people know exactly who you are. And then we can just roll on and have the conversation flow.
Oh man, Church the Poet, originally from Nashville, Tennessee, now reside in North Carolina, Durham, North Carolina, home of the Bull City. I guess you could say I'm a poet, a host, a theater, not major, but I own a theater company. We do poetry-based plays, all originals. I have a bunch of event companies, Foreplay NC. We do erotic poetry and pole dancing. One of the original erotic poetry and pole dancing events that started over 10 years ago. We also have City's Open Mic that's been up for 7 years. We're one of Raleigh's well-known open mics here in the area with my partner, Desana Hanu. I got a graphic t-shirt company, man. And I just, for all those that don't believe in your dream, keep pushing. As right now, the reason I am a little late, I actually am now co-owner of a venue space. Yeah, we have 4 recording studios. We have photography. We do videography. I have a graphics company here and my t-shirt company inside this building, as well as we have an event space. We was down putting the floor down right now. That's why I'm running late, sweating a little bit. But we was putting the floor down to add to the new staging area. We'll have our first poetry event here on Saturday. So just trying to get that right for the people. And there it is, man. It's it.
Church, first of all, man, congratulations, brother. That is a milestone. I think that everybody who's actually, especially poets or who hosts poetry events, I think that is one of their biggest goals, to have their own venue. And whether it's partnership or not, that is a major, major move, bro. So definitely salute on that, bro. Salute.
Appreciate you on that one, man.
I listen. I'm in Salisbury now, so I'm a little bit closer to you, bro.
You in the Berry now?
I'm in the Berry now, bro.
Oh, I need to hook you up with my homeboy LeVar, who's in the Berry.
Listen, let's make it happen, because I'm looking now that they're opening things up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking to come in. I'm up for residency artist position this year.
Okay.
My own spot for that, and I'm gonna go ahead and claim it. It is what it is. I'm gonna be that. That's gonna be my spot, and I got some ideas I want to do. But bro, I definitely need to get with you, because I gotta come your way, and I got some ideas that we need to work on. I got this documentary I'm working on too, so we definitely talk about that. So I don't create a whole list of questions, because I like this to be just what it is. It's coffee time. We just conversate.
Okay.
So I do ask certain questions because I want to get the guests to feel comfortable and hear what it is. So family life. Talk to me what family life is. You have children. You want children. What's that like for you right now?
So I'm a girl dad. I have a 21-year-old who's actually not officially my seed. When I met her mother, she was 6 months old. And so I've been in her life ever since. And I consider her my first. I have a daughter, Grace. She is the heart and soul. She's reason, pride, and mount. I done mannered out, you know what I'm saying? Brought a lot of anger out. You know, he's called me the angry black man, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm less angry. But man, our family life, you know, it's getting used to being divorced and learning how to deal with the situations of letting whoever you're dating know your family life situation with the mother of your child. Never be disrespectful about my child's mother. She's always gonna be my child's mother. She ain't my baby mama. I don't do all that. I think if you keep a respect of what it is that you have with that person, the respect never goes away. You know what I'm saying? So if you treat them like it's a baby mama and your baby daddy, they gonna treat you like you're the baby mama, baby daddy. It's a disrespectful situation. So as long as you have respect for the situation and what you're in, and learn how you deal with them and their situations, relationships, everything will go right. You know, Can't nobody be a father, my daughter. You know, you
Come
can be a
on.
stepdad, but you can't be a father. You know what I'm saying? So
That's what's up. I have two boys, and I have a daughter. My sons are in New York. They grown. My daughter's 19 now, and then now we're expecting a baby in January. So yeah, I started over. I don't know what God saw, but He saw something because I surely wasn't expecting that to happen. But
right.
but I was right before you came on. It's amazing that you said it because before you came on, we were talking about when men have daughters. And I tell people all the time, it's an instant change. Like things automatic. It's like you see the whole world. It's like you was coming from the right side and now you're on the left side. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand. Like men, it's not even something that we try to do. You just automatically switch. You know what I mean? And you become a different kind of a man when you have a daughter. So, Luke, man, and I can't imagine. I was in a long-term relationship. We should have been married the time that we were together. If you would say we were together that long, and it's really hard to have. It's hard to co-parent when y'all in different places in the mind. So when you can find somebody that you can keep that balance, because it's a struggle, man. It's a struggle trying to keep someone on the same wave level. So I'm happy for you that that's working out for you, bro. I'm really happy for that.
Yeah, man. It's one of like dating someone and being like, yo, you know, we got to go over to the house to do Christmas and Thanksgiving. It's like we put my daughter's gifts together. Like it's a family situation. My daughter say right now she want to have dinner with everybody. It ain't we gonna have dinner all together, so
Right.
everybody can be in the same because that's what she needs.
Yes,
We get
absolutely.
older, man. I need that family, but for her, that's her family family orientation.
Exactly. I think when people accept that to be really that, it makes everything better. I have a Muslim brother who is married to another woman now. He has children from her and his ex-wife. And every Friday, they come over to the house and eat dinner. His ex-wife and her husband and the children. And I think that's a beautiful thing. But that's one of the things that Islam teaches. I don't know. I've not grown in any other religion to know that they teach that. That's one of the things that Islam teaches. Your extension of the family is the extension. And you don't leave kids and just go away. Whoever attached to those children are part of your family if they're family. And that's one of the things that I loved about the way Islam teaches about growing in a family. So man, that's a beautiful thing. Everybody don't get that, you know what I mean? So I'm happy for you.
A lot of it, like that was one of the conversation me and my ex had before we got divorced. Like, yo, we not gonna have this relationship over here. Like, we gonna have a relationship where we are going to work things out, have a conversation. What we not gonna do, we can't argue no more because it's not about me and you no more. It's about the child. Like, whether you don't like something I ain't done, bam.
It don't exist.
Be mad, but we can't be mad with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't got nothing to do with what's going on over here. So,
man, that is such a blessing. That is something that I think everybody should pray for. You know what I mean? If that's what they do, pray for it, do your rituals, burn your sage, whatever you need to do. Because you need to have that. Inspiration. Give me your top two most influential people that you or that you look and get inspiration from. Dead or alive, it doesn't matter. Just top five. Tough question.
I would say one would be my most would be my grandmother, and probably a lot of stuff that people don't know. My grandmother has 5 kids, and and the only thing I knew was grandpa and grandma was together but then he disappeared, and then I found out that he had been cheating and stuff. But you don't know that when you're young.
Right.
And I took that to heart. And so she raised the 5 kids alone. And so it was one of the things of finding out, why they were separated. He was still in the picture, but they were separated. They wasn't living together. And then when I found out why, I resented my grandfather.
Wow.
Although, and he made some decisions that, that I probably could have forgave him for, but he claimed he didn't have any kids in his next relationship, and so that means I don't have a grandpa. And so, but my grandmother kept saying, "That's your granddad." No, that's not. He ain't claiming these kids over here. But she's been very influential. She taught me how to shoot my first hoop.
Oh wow!
She showed me how to ride a bus, how to take care of a dog, how to feed a goldfish. She was always the person that kept saying, do this and do that when my parents was at work and stuff. And she still, now to this day, she sends me $2 bills. And so now she sends them my daughter, but she sends $2 bills and I'll just hold them, you know, and it's just a thing of, she inspired me to just to want to give and keep giving until you can't give anymore. And I'm trying to think who would be another inspiration. Let me see. Artist wise, I would say, let me see. I have a lot of respect for two brothers. One, Jay Ivy, and Abyss. Two of my brothers who I came up with, both very passionate about the art, but they taught me that it wasn't about the stage, it was about what you did off the stage. And those things are very, very influential on how you treat others when it comes to this art form that we're in.
Absolutely.
We can't just be stage poets. We have to be life poets. We have to live the life we're talking about. We can't keep saying we want to inspire others when we're not inspiring ourselves to be better.
That's right.
And those around you can see that you got passion for the art. You got passion for what you do. And if they can't see that, then what are you doing it for? You know, sometimes can't be selfish about what we want to see our group, our community look like. We have to give, although it sometimes never gives back. We have to give and give until people realize he's been doing this all this time, and now I got it. So I would say those two guys would be very inspirational on what's happening around me.
I'm still. So my mom is my superhero. I always say that. In fact, my mother still comes to a lot of our events, and when she's there, I make sure people know, hey, listen, I'm only here because of her. And I'll share the story with you because I don't know if you've heard it before, but my mom was pregnant with me, and she had a full scholarship to go to Alvin Ailey, to dance with Alvin Ailey, and she had the scholarship in one hand and holding her belly in the other hand, and she had a decision to make. And I always tell this on a stand, on a microphone, any platform that I'm on. He could have easily went on and became a professional dancer and gotten rid of me. It's only because of me that I'm here. So because of that, it is my duty to make sure that she is represented in any form, fashion that's possible. And so when you talk about your grandmother, my mother's mother passed when I was like 14. My father's mother passed when I was in elementary school still. I don't know my grandfathers. They passed before my mother's father passed before I was born. My father's father I never met. But I just look at the magnificence in a Black woman. I mean, her everything about her, man. She's just majestic, and everything that she does is just regal. Like, you cannot replace what she has always been to this world. Right. And salute to your grandmother, man. Like, I mean, when I hear that, it delights my soul. And then I'm like reflecting automatically to my mom. There is a connection that you have with a Black woman that cannot be matched. I don't care who else comes into your life. If your mother or your grandmother was in your life, there is a connection that cannot be severed, bro. Now I'm so happy that you got to experience that with your grandmother, because I didn't get to have it.
Gotcha.
And I wondered what it would be like to sit as at least an older teenager to really come with a real conversation. How would it feel to have that conversation with my grandmother? And for you to have it, bro.
Right. Yo, I'm actually going home this weekend back to Tennessee, just so I can see her and see the family. You know, you don't get to see them like you used to. I'm 8 hours away now. You know, that drive is you got to take the time now to actually go instead of down the street. But as well, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm going to email you the poem I did for my mom.
Okay.
It's a poem for all Black women, and it's got some music playing behind. I'm going to email that to you, and if you feel so, listen to it and play that for your grandmother.
I will do that. I want, my mom is been in my life a whole lot too, and I big her up.
Right.
And I love my mom. Go hard for her son.
Yeah.
And so is my dad. I don't take anything away from them. I love my family. My family is my family. I am a core family person.
Right.
But yeah, you remember the old song "Grandma's Hands"?
Oh man, come on now, Bill Withers.
And we put it into play actually. Grandma's Hands.
Really?
Grandma taught me everything. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Well, when we come from, I tell people this, we come from a culture that did two things. One thing, we did not send our grandparents to old folks home. We don't come from that culture. That is not us.
Nope.
And we come from a culture where when the parents are gone away to work or whatever it is, it was always the grandparents who kept the kids. Mm-hmm. We didn't send our kids to daycares or after school. No, they went to family. Right. And I think part of that is the reason that broke our culture up as a community. Because, it might be two grandparents in the neighborhood that got all the damn grandkids.
Right.
Now you don't have that. Somebody ain't getting home till 7:30 because they're in the after school program. And I understand they may not have the grandmother there, but I'm just saying that's what we come from.
Mm-hmm.
We come from that. With the neighbor, when you come home after school, you better lock the door and the neighbor coming to check on you.
Right.
Said nobody in the house. Turn them damn lights off. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So you from Nashville, Tennessee?
Born and raised. It's home, man.
What does Nashville look like as a kid?
What does it look like?
Yeah. How was that? So I'm from the big city, so I don't know what living with trees and shit is like.
Man, listen, you know what? I have to be, for me, I guess it's one of the, because I went, the crazy part, I went to school. I could walk. When people say you walk to school, I used to walk to school. I lived that close to school. I would walk to school. Mm-hmm. And so like my house for people was the after school, like, yo, when you get out, we're gonna go walk back to my house. We're gonna play games and do homework. Like, right. But it was the South, you know what I'm saying? You raised sitting on the front porch, you raised, go outside and play. Yeah. You know, we didn't really know how things would transpire now to where kids don't want to go outside and play. You had to go outside and play. you had to go outside, go do something, go outside, go run, go ride your bike, go do something. Now you couldn't go far, but you had to be outside. And going back home now and what it used to be, it's growth has hit. The urban development is hitting. Without the urban people. It's gentrification, changes, taking the old neighborhoods. Fisk University, TSU, Meharry, all these were right in the same area. So, you can go back down there and now you don't see that the culture of what it was and made the people, what made Nashville, Nashville. A lot of people don't know. They call it Music City, not because it's country music. It's because Jubilee singers used to travel all over the world, and they'd be like, yo, you from that Music City. That's where Music City came from. Yeah. Not country music. It's not all about, that's what they make it about now. That's not what it's always been about. Like, Nashville was a great place to be. And it had every city has its culture and culture diversity. My mom made sure I knew who people were and who they weren't. Right. One of my first friends were Caucasian, they were white. So I didn't know there was a difference until I went to an all-black school. Yeah. And I was like, okay, now I can tell there's a difference in how I'm supposed to treat people. Yeah. And from then on, I understood you have to learn to talk to people. And people are learning to talk to you. Don't take disrespect and show them that you aren't going to be disrespected. Yeah. But man, Nashville's Nashville. When I moved to Jersey for a couple of months, man, I don't know how y'all do that, bro. That train, bro. Listen, getting up to get on the train to go into town, not having a car. I don't know how people do it. I that's the life, but I didn't know what that was. If I had to go down the street, I'm gonna leave and get in the car and go down the street. I gotta go take L train to the B train to the 6. Nah, man, I'm gonna be late every day.
I'm gonna tell you, it's funny when I moved to North Carolina, man. When I moved, I didn't have a driver's license, bro. I had a permit from New York City. I didn't even have a driver's license. I'm in my 20s, and I'm like, I don't like the bus. I don't like taking the bus. I'm a train guy. Give me a train or airplane, and I'm good. Train, airplane, I'm good. I don't like driving like that anyway. Well, I didn't. I mean, I have to drive when I'm here. Well, when I had to wait like 45 minutes for a bus just to go uptown to wait for another bus to go someplace, man, listen, I was dying.
Right.
I'm talking about in the summertime in North Carolina.
It's hot.
June, July. By the time you get where you going, you need 2 showers. Bruh. You on the bus freezing because you was just sweating on the other
right.
Man. Listen. And I was so mad that I came here without a license and a car. It's just being able to get on the train 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning if I need to get where I'm trying to go. It's just a lifestyle, man. And then we used to walk blocks or ride bikes from one side of town to the other side, drive our bikes to go play basketball against other people. Like, it's just a natural thing we've done. And I came down here and I'm like, you ain't got a car, you don't got a life. You ain't got no woman. You ain't going to the movies. You go shopping once every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
And if you especially ain't got no money for cab, you stuck, bro. Like,
and even the cab, you gotta wait like 40 minutes for a cab.
I believe it. I used to tell people like, yo, if I gotta come get you to bring you back on this side of town, you just gonna have to wait. I can't do it. Because you think about it like now, gas was cheap back then. Now, man, if I gotta come get you to bring you back, just to take you back to come back,
I'm like, yo, how much that lift gonna cost?
Listen, I gotta really want to hang out with you to come get you
and take you back.
Yeah, but back in the day, you know what I'm saying? You young, man, come on, let's give me $5. $5 to get you a half a tank. $5 right now won't get you nowhere around the city nowadays. So.
When I moved here, gas was 79 cents, 89 cents, 99 cents. That's how long I've been down here. And I was good with that.
Mm-hmm.
A little small car, maybe $10, you good.
Right.
You got $10, you straight.
Right.
Now $10, you like, man, I gotta go to work this week, man. You learned the carpool when that gas went up.
Yeah. You learned it.
Man. Let me ask you this. What was your greatest performance to watch? Whether it was in person or live, what was one of the greatest performances you've ever seen?
So I have 2.
Okay. It could be more than one. That's fine. I'm just,
I saw Al Green live.
Wow.
Bruh.
Wow.
I want to say my dad was used to work with Take 6. So I've been to concerts. I'd seen people perform all the time. When I went to see Al Green,
wow,
it was something like, I like Al Green,
mm-hmm.
but I fell in love with Al Green.
Wow.
Because he put on a show. He gave me every bit of what I wanted to be, what I thought it was going to be, plus some.
Got you. Wow.
Plus some. And you can hear the the range and the passion in the music without him being live. But when you see it live, it changes you. Like them notes hit you hard, hit you different. And the next one was D'Angelo. D'Angelo, I went to a concert on crutches. I just had knee surgery.
Oh wow.
Man, why am I hopping around trying to get to the front of the stage? And that's when the Voodoo album just came out. Man, I'm like a kid in the candy store, bro. Just trying to enjoy it. And because I think it was my first official concert on a date. It was a date concert. And this was, man, I was in there like a little, I was in there like, it's D'Angelo, man. It's D'Angelo, man.
Wow.
I had so much fun that night, too. Yeah.
You know, some years back, I went to see, I think Lionel Richie was on tour again.
Ooh.
Yeah, came back. And I had never seen Lionel Richie on tour. And he was at PNC here. And I went to see Lionel Richie. And I mean, I love Lionel Richie. He's one of the best songwriters ever. I don't care what nobody's saying. One of the best songwriters ever. And CeeLo opened up for him. And nobody wanted to hear CeeLo. Like, he was like, I know y'all came to see Lionel, but y'all gonna get this music because I got paid for it, right? And he went off. And when Lionel Richie came on stage, it just was a whole new concert. Now, I've done after parties for people, so we was at their concerts and done some things. I mean, New York City, come on, we've seen everybody perform in the park, Central Park free concerts. I mean, I've seen plenty of big timers, but Lionel Richie really did it for me. And I was like so amazed that he still got the showmanship. See, what people don't see, when you can entertain and you have showmanship. Like I'm not going to see John Legend. I don't think he has the showmanship for me, but everybody said he's amazing. I
would go see John Legend only because of how the music makes me feel.
Got you.
Like How High? Before Jay Ivy got on that mug, I walked my ex-wife down our aisle to So High.
Wow.
Bruh.
Wow.
And I performed like they used to be my go-to when I'll be just going to open mic and I was gonna freestyle, let it ride out.
Yeah.
I would be so high.
Wow.
Man, I play, and he just, because if you think about what so high means to somebody, that you so high in love that you can see the clouds in every bit of what you think you want them to see. Their mind is this high about you.
Yeah.
So high.
Wow.
So I'm so high.
Really?
So yeah, I would go see John only because I want to see if that's what it feels like.
Yeah. I went to see Brian McKnight, the Anytime tour.
Okay.
Valentine's Day. No, it wasn't Valentine's Day. Excuse me, because my daughter was born Valentine's Day. Her mom was pregnant at the time, and I was so disappointed when he started dancing. Like, Brian McKnight has one of the best. He's another amazing songwriter. That boy can sing. That man can sing. But he was doing a dance that your drunken aunt might do, and it's just the stinky leg or something. And I was so disappointed. It's sad to say, as much as I love. Now, mind you, his song "Still in Love," Still in Love. I used to burp my daughter to that song and rock her back to sleep at night. That's how much I'm a Brian McKnight fan. I love his work. Right. I fell asleep at his concert, bro. I fell asleep at Brian McKnight's concert, and I was so hurt because that's my dude. I was like, how am I falling asleep? That Anytime album was a beast.
Right. I have a fall asleep. Who was the dude? He sings he had a deep voice. I can't think of the name, but I literally was in a concert like this.
Wow, ain't that sad?
He put me to sleep. Will Downing. It was Will Downing.
No, my mother's husband.
Sleep, bro.
Really? I love Will.
I was only there to hear Chrisette Michelle.
Oh, Chrisette is a beast. I want to see her.
But Will Downing, that deep voice had me in look. And I couldn't get back up. I had to go outside.
Oh man. I want to see Kim in person. I want to see Kim.
I think he would be dope to see in person. Yeah.
And your girl, him and Rachel Farrell. You remember they did the Anita
Oh,
Baker?
yes.
Man.
I would love to hear Layla.
Yes. I saw Layla.
What?
I saw Layla, Rashawn Patterson, and Raheem Devon.
Oh,
Bruh. When I tell you this show was let me say this first. First of all, if I had anybody that is living today that I would want to do with them and do a poem on their album, it would definitely be Layla. And she is doing a tribute album. She's doing her father's songs on the album.
Oh.
Bro, I cannot wait. I am the Donny Hathaway fan. Cannot wait.
Hey, I'm with you.
Man.
Bro, I had my homeboy make me his mixtape of all his stuff. Somebody stole my CD. They was like, "Yo, you played it so much. I just want to hear it." He had all of the Donna Hathaway songs. All of them. Man, I was Donny Hathaway out. But that was my man.
Wow. Man.
Yep. Curtis Mayfield.
Come on. Come on. Curtis Mayfield got a catalog that you be just like, what?
Right.
Yeah.
Man. I think Michelle, I would like to see Michelle Indigo-Cello.
Yeah.
But I would need her to do all the Cookie album.
Yep.
I want to hear the Cookie album.
You gotta have that one.
Yeah, I gotta have that one.
Listen,
if I had to say,
we got 4 minutes left, so I want to make sure you say anything you want to leave the crowd with. Tell them more about what you want to do. Anything that you want to say. Most time we get interviewed and people don't let us say we want to say. They have all these freaking questions. So I want you to say whatever you feel you want to say and leave the people with today. We got about 3 minutes and a half left over. I'm gonna turn it over to you to do your thing.
So whatever you do, I tell this to poets, go be passionate about it. Find your purpose, find your reason that you do this art form. I think some days we spoil poets now that they don't have to go on tour. They can go to the internet. But there was a time when you had to get in your car and drive hours to get an open mic, and then they may not call your name. You may be the first person or you may be the last person, but you wasn't in the middle no damn where. You know what I'm saying? And some people don't know what that's like. That's how we earn the right to be poets. Some of you are some IG poets and your Facebook. Get the fuck off Facebook and go get in someone's open mic. Go outside, stand on a corner. If you can't get no change on the corner, rethink your game. Rethink what you're doing. But find the passion, the purpose, and what this life gives you. Use every bit of information someone that's an elder in the game is offering you. If it's a free workshop, go. Don't think you can't go get a workshop, can't go test your skills, sharpen what you got. Go. And somebody invites you to get on stage. It may not, if it's your friends and they can't pay, find out what you can do. You know what I'm saying? Go teach a workshop, go do something, but go build relationships. That's how we are still surviving the game now, is relationships. I can still call on people years and years. I've been doing this over almost 30 years, bro. Like, wow. I still got those same 30-year-old folks. I can be like, hey, listen, what up? I'm coming through. You know what I'm saying? Learn what a couch look like, what a floor feels like, sleeping in your car. If you never slept in your car on a tour, you ain't got nothing to say to me right now. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. But be passionate, find your purpose, and keep writing. Keep writing, practice, recite, find your stage presence, write again, keep writing. Never stop writing.
Yeah.
That's all I got, man. Come on, and you gotta come to Durham, bro.
Listen, before we go, where can they find you? How can they find you? What's your
so it's gonna be a lot. So we'll start with one. Church DA Poet on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, Joseph Churchwell. Then we have Black Portrait Theater, that's RE instead of ER Theater on Instagram and Facebook. You can find City Soul Cafe, that's every Wednesday. Well, not every Wednesday right now, but we'll be back every so Wednesdays on Instagram and Facebook. City Soul Cafe, open mic. You can look for Foreplay NC. Foreplay NC, next show is November the 7th. And that's on Facebook and Instagram. And JRC3 Design. So if y'all need flyers, business cards, banners, t-shirts, I do all of that. Tablecloths, holla at your boy. Custom hats. Look, get that custom joint right there. You know what I'm saying? Man, just support the people that's doing the stuff in the area. That we can all support each other. And also,
we got
your camera.
We got 10 seconds.
Get a camera. Take pictures.
Yeah.
Go take. All right. That's it. That's all I got.
Listen, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're gonna catch y'all next week, same time tomorrow morning. Peace.
All right.
Hold on, church.